To be in the situation you're in, obviously not good, and Coach Etchell still talked to you, wanted to keep an active role with the team, with your captainship and all that.
Still a captain, still a leader on this team. I love this team. I believe in this team, and I'm proud of what we've done so far. I mean, hung with 2 top 20 teams. I believe we should have beaten them. We just have to find out, why we fell short, fix that, and I think we still have a hell of a season. Like I said, I believe in these guys. I want to contribute as much as I can to their success and to our success, and I'll do whatever I can to help.
How do you continue being an effective captain the way you'd like to be, not just from the sidelines, but from maybe further away from that, like maybe in the stands or wherever you're going to be during games and practice?
I mean, number one, I think just showing people that in the situation I'm in. I mean, yeah, my knee's pretty banged up. Don't know what's going to really happen next personally, but just showing them that I'm not down, still positive, still upbeat, and still focused on the next game. I mean, first thing I said to the guys when they called me when I was in the hospital was, "You guys getting ready to beat Clemson?" I mean, that's what I want them to think about. That's what I want them to focus on, and beyond that, breaking down film with the guys and keeping them focused on the practice field. I think the biggest reason we've played better these past 2 weeks is because our attitude in practice. It's immensely improved, and I think that as long as we keep building with that, we're really gonna have a breakout point, and I think we're gonna take off.
And what is your injury?
For right now, we just know that I dislocated my knee and undergoing some further evaluation. Not sure to the extent of everything yet.
What kind of goes through your mind when they tell you your season's done? I mean, what's your reaction to that?
I mean, it's literally the worst nightmare of every athlete. You put so much work in, for the shortest amount of time of competition, and just to have it taken away from you. I mean, we always know how much football means to us and how much we love the game. That's why we put so much effort in at this level. But when it's taken from you so quickly like that, I mean, you really know how much you love the game and how important every play is, and how important giving everything you've got is. And I think that, if my teammates could take anything from my situation, it'd be that yeah, I'm sure everyone, if you ask everyone, they say, "Oh, is football important?" They say, "Yeah." Well, now I think having a living example on your team, that they'll be able to say, well, it really is that important, and we have to take every play and every opportunity that much more seriously.
Have you taken a moment or a time to kind of address the team, or do you plan to, and just to kind of share your thoughts to give them some perspective maybe?
Yeah, I'd like to talk to the guys. I just literally got back last night, so I haven't gotten a chance yet. And I want to make sure they're staying focused right now, and I'm not posing a distraction. But when the time is right this week before they play, I'd like to talk to everyone, let them know that I believe in them, still love them, not going anywhere, just won't be at practice with them.
Can you go through the play and what you remember, how you got hurt and what happened?
We were running a power play. It was down blocking, and I don't know who or what, but just a pile fell in the back of my leg. I went in one direction, and my leg went in the other direction.
Did you know you did something bad when you did it, or?
Yeah, I mean, my first instinct was maybe it'll pop itself back in and I'll just be sore. But when I rolled over and saw it flop, I realized the bones were in 2 different directions, and something was wrong. So.
And you gave a message to Coach Etzel. Apparently, you gave him a message to the team. Can you share with
to make sure we scored on that drive, and we closed out the game. Guys played hard. We fell short, but I was proud of them. I wanted to stay on the sideline and finish it out. I figured, hey, if I'm screwed anyways, I might as well get to see the rest of the game and watch my boys get a W. But it happens. We'll bounce back.
As Coach said you wouldn't let them put you under until you knew the final score. Can you kind of talk about that? I mean, you just said you wanted to stay on the sideline. What was it like not being able to watch the second half of that game?
It was rough. Worked so hard to get there, battling with my teammates. It's a great feeling. When you're working so hard next to someone who's working so hard for the same thing and give you just as much effort as you give him. It's something special. Not a lot of people get to experience it. It's hard to explain. Just a camaraderie that's just nature of football. It was, as far as going to sleep after I found out the outcome, it was easy. I just didn't sign the form to give him anesthesia. And once we got the update on someone's phone, they knocked me out. But
You have another surgery coming up, right? Big one, or?
yeah, I'm not sure exactly my schedule yet. Still evaluating everything that's going on.
And you were there for 2 days, a day and a half? How long were you in Atlanta in the hospital?
I was there I came back last night.
Oh,
so
last
I was there
night.
for 2 days.
And any visitor? There was a report that Paul Johnson visited you. Is that true?
Yeah, great guy. He came by to see me with some of his staff, some of his training staff, and he came by to visit. And Tyler Sersky's parents live in the area, so they came by to visit. The whole Maryland community, whole football community has been great. Everyone's been really supportive. And
Did your dad? Was he at the game? Did he come down?
he wasn't at the game, but he flew right in as soon as flight was available.
So, talk a little football here. Just talk about the offense that day. A lot of transition with the quarterbacks and everything. Talk about the day in general with the offense, and then going into the game this week against another top-ranked team in Clemson.
I think evidently the offense had a little bit of a shaky day, but we showed fight, we showed competition, and I still think that we're fine-tuning some things. I believe in those guys, and I think they show the sparks that we showed towards the end of the game, towards our almost coming back and winning it. I think that, like I said, I believe in this team. We could have a real special season.
Have you talked to any of the guys yet? Any of the team yet, or
Yeah.
was that today, this morning,
Well,
or
I've been talking to guys since on
just as they come up? As they
Yeah.
come up to you?
Yeah, they were texting me when I was in the hospital and everything. Everyone's just been great, real supportive.
Is it an ACL?
Like I said, I don't know the extent of it yet. They just know that it's a dislocated knee. We're still evaluating it.
Andrew, it would be impossible to sum it up in words maybe, but how terrible do you feel about having this season just taken out from under you?
Yeah, I said it before. I think it's any athlete's worst nightmare. And you never think it'll happen to you until it does. So now I just gotta rehab and get back and make the best of the situation. It's in our nature. By our, I mean athletes in general, football players in general, to bounce back. And that's what I'm gonna do. So.
Can you perhaps live vicariously through your roommates, Volano and AJ, who at least appreciate what the game through them, and you're still a team captain, so you're not completely removed from this thing.
Oh, definitely. I'm not removed at all. Still gonna break down film with the guys and cheer them on, just like any other player that might not be on the field for a game for whatever reason, injury or just age. He hasn't gotten a spot yet, but I'll be there with them the whole way. So.
Talk about Pete White. Talk about the state of the offensive line a little bit, and now it gets shaken up pretty good. And how do you help those guys get back to the consistency they need to be to win out here?
I think Coach Bratt would say the same thing. It's been a theme on our offensive line to overcome adversity. Had a lot of crazy injuries and having a lot of young guys having to step up. Started off with Max, then Josh, and then Bennett last year, and Pete's just the next one. And everybody that stepped up has shown to be great, and now they're right in the flow. And I think Pete's already been in the flow. He's already started last year, and those guys won't skip a beat. Pete's a great player, a hard worker, and when your number's called, you usually mature faster than you ever thought you could. So I know Pete will get the job done. He'll be ready.
How ironic is you think your situation? I mean, you came here as a walk-on, begging to play. It turned out the way you did, and you didn't get to finish it out on the terms that you'd probably like to.
How do you want me to answer that? I don't know.
I mean, does it feel like, wow, everything's happened for a reason, and just one of them things?
It's just another bump in the road, and got to get past this and see what happens next. That's really it.
You seem very upbeat about the situation. Is it hard in any way to do that, to stay upbeat?
It's just kind of who I am. I'm not going to waste time crying, It's broken. It's not going to face itself tomorrow, so, it's really...
You were waiting to hear the you wanted to hear a final score when you were already over in the hospital at that point when the game ended, and how did you hear what the score was?
Kevin Anderson had it pop up on his phone, and then finally when I found out, I signed the form and they knocked me out, popped my knee back in. So.
Who stayed with you there?
My cousin, Steve Borer, was there. He's stationed in the Army in Georgia. So he came. He was my little cousin, Brittany, and they were there. Matt Furstenberg's dad, real close with Matt, one of my best friends on the team. His dad came. He was actually came down on the field and was able to take the trip to the hospital with me.
And how hard was it? Would you just come back by yourself, or how did that work out?
Daryl stayed with me the whole weekend.
Oh, he did.
Daryl
Okay.
Conway, our trainer, he was great. Helped me through the whole weekend. So my dad was in Georgia. He just flew back to New York when we flew back to Maryland. So just like you said, another bump in the road. We'll get past.
So the couple of days after, the last couple of days, you seem upbeat now, but was there kind of a range of emotions for you in those days? And it just kind of described what you were kind of going through your head and just what you were thinking.
Yeah, it all happened so fast. In one moment I'm on the field and I'm, trying to pose a comeback here against Georgia Tech, and then the next minute, not really quite sure what's going to happen to myself. But I was just kind of focused on the game at the time, and now, like I said, I really don't know what's going to happen. So still a lot to figure out. I just got back last night.
You got Johnny sitting back there. You got a quarterback in the booth, and you got a defensive back in the booth. They may need a offensive lineman's perspective in the booth.
Right. Well,
Can 4 men fit in the
Johnny's
booth?
mentioned that he thinks I might be a better broadcaster than him someday. So he might bring me up and have me give him some. Might bring me up and have him give me give him some pointers on maybe how he should run the show and make some announcements. No.
You're always welcome.
So the knee was dislocated, and then what else? What other damage?
I'm not sure yet. Still evaluating.
There's a fracture somewhere, right?
I don't believe anything's fractured.
Okay. Oh, I thought there was. Okay.